and
What did you do? Did you have little jobs that you did that you got money
oh
for?
yeah, I was assigned the bathroom. It was 4 siblings. It was 4 of us. I was assigned the bathroom.
Oh, that's awful.
But now I like a clean black bathroom.
And that's quite good. She didn't even have a bathroom.
Nothing.
Oh,
don't feel sorry for her.
No, it wasn't that bad.
So tell me, what do you think about time travel? Tell me about that, because I'm so interested in it.
Time travel, I think that's interesting. I'm so nosy. So I want to. I want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, I want to know what's going to happen 10 years from now.
And would you change things? Sorry, go on.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, are you not worried about what's going to happen in the future? I mean, you get information, you might get information that you just don't want.
Well, at least I'll be prepared.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You could change it.
I'll be prepared.
You mentioned as well that, you know, you're not someone who likes to sit still. You like to try all sorts of different things. After Destiny's Child, you worked on, you know, a hit TV show. Yes. You did the equivalent. Had a duetting with celebrities, singing kind of program as well. Yes. And you've been on Broadway.
Yes.
Is that something you think you're going to keep pursuing, the acting side of things?
Absolutely. I think I'm born for theater. I love TV and film. That's all great. And if I ever get, you know, a script or the right role for TV or film, I'll take it. But something about theater is just a way of expressing yourself every single night.
You have
doing
an audience
something
as well,
different.
don't you, that feeds you?
Yeah, and it's so, you know, it's so great. You know, I did Aida and The Color Purple.
Yes, I know.
So The Color Purple, I was able to play the role of Suge Avery. Yeah. So that was unexpected.
But you're into forensics and law, aren't you?
How'd you know?
So CSI...
You're into forensics and law. She's an investigator.
So you would be good on CSI. That would be a great show to do.
You know what? Shows like that and Law and Order and anything on like the History Channel or Discovery Channel, shows that really are dissecting law and autopsies. And before I joined Destiny's Child, I was actually scheduled to go see an autopsy. But I couldn't make it because I had to leave the city.
Okay. It's funny.
Don't you like stuff like that?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I love autopsies. But isn't it bizarre how things work out?
Don't you guys love autopsies?
I'm just thinking, autopsy, world domination through Destiny's Child. I know which one I would prefer. It's Michelle Williams, everyone. And the single Break the Dawn is out on September 29th. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll be asking, is it ever right to throw a party when you get divorced? Back soon. Welcome back to Loose Women this Wednesday lunchtime. Still to come, here to tell us all about his trepidation at treading the boards in London's West End will be Lee Ryan, and we'll have a top-notch performance from The Script. Now, did you see the 1,900-year-old stone bust that was turned up by archaeologists last week that bore more than a little resemblance to the King of Rock, Elvis Presley? Wow. Well, it seems he's not the only celeb to strike a pose like a statue. Here's Bruce Forsyth looking like the thinker.
Oh, yeah.
And here's our own Carol looking like the drinker. Can you see the difference? Not at all. Not at all. I know. You can stop now, Carol. There's nothing in it. No, seriously, there's nothing in it. Money-wise or alcohol-wise, there ain't nothing in it.
No, there ain't nothing in it.
Okay, now most people make a big old fuss about their big day. Getting hitched is always a special occasion, even if it's kept quite low-key. But what about when you get divorced? Not only can you buy a congratulations on your divorce card nowadays, but divorce fairs for people seeking advice and services on how best to split are also on the rise. Now, we recently received an email from a viewer who wrote in saying, "Hi, Loose Women. I've just got divorced after 10 years of hell, and I looked everywhere for banners to celebrate with, and I couldn't find them anywhere. Lots of people celebrate divorce these days, so my friend made me one to celebrate the fact that I'm so much happier divorced. The banner has been getting lots of attention from passers-by."
Finally!
Oh. Finally, absolutely. So what do we make of that? Is divorce something to be celebrated, do we think?
Oh, my word. Well, I tell you what, I think it depends on the length of time. Because when I got... if my divorce had
that you were married or that you've been split up?
No, that you've been split up. Because if my divorce had come through, you know, in the first year of it all going horribly wrong, I think I probably would have been devastated. much more devastated than I was. But because my divorce came through 5 years after it had all gone wrong, there was, I have to say, an element of, when it came through, how do I put this subtly?
Why did it take so long?
There was an element of me going, yes, as it came through, because I felt liberated, because I felt
relieved, probably.
it's over. It's finally over. I can move forward. You know, I was already with Ray, and Shane was with Christy, and but yet we were still kind of held together because officially we were still married.
Yeah.
So within the 5 years, it was great. But I mean, I didn't throw a big party or, you know, run down the street with a banner or anything. But
I think that's a bit sick, actually.
thanks.
No, throwing a party, you
Oh,
chum.
I thought you meant me being happy.
No. I mean, no, I can kind of... I wasn't happy at all when my divorce came through. I just don't ever think that it's anything to ever celebrate. I mean, to me, it was just the ultimate hideous failure. Like, why would you... I mean, in any sense, it doesn't matter how much you want to get away from somebody.
Well, it is a failure.
Well,
It's a
because
terrible
it is.
failure.
It is. You felt that.
I felt the failure for the first 2 years. That's what I'm saying. If it had come through then,
Yeah.
I'd have been so depressed and probably never got over it. But I tell you what helped me stop thinking it was a failure, and that's because I had counselling. And that saved my life. That gave me the courage to end the marriage properly. Because I think if I hadn't have had counselling, who knows? I may never have got the
Why
courage
did you
to leave.
think it was a failure? Because it
Because
wasn't
when
your
I got
fault or
married, I
anything.
intended to be married for the rest of my life. I didn't particularly want to be a statistic. I didn't want to have to tick that little thing on a form that says married, single, divorced, and I still don't tick that. I tick single because I just think I think it's a terrible label and a horrible stigma. Like, to be divorced, I think
You
it's...
become a statistic, don't
Yeah,
you?
you
sit
do.
there and go, I'm the one
I'm
in three
divorced,
that didn't
yeah.
want
And
to.
my
did
mum
you
was
feel-
divorced, and when I got married, I thought, I'm not going to.
think you
It's
can
not
think
going to
that.
happen to me. I'm not going to make the same mistakes my mum did, and it did, and that was the only horrific part of it. You know, as much as I was glad to be separated from him, I didn't particularly like the idea of being divorced because I did see it as an overwhelming failure. But the whole party thing, to celebrate something and to have divorce fairs where there are, you know, countless people making money out of
your
divorce.
misery.
Yeah, out of your misery. I think, where did that all come from? And I was invited to a divorce party once to a couple of people I hardly knew, and they sent through this, like, you know, this embossed invitation and everything that said, come and celebrate our divorce. And I thought,
Well, that's
no.
probably moving on, though.
I
that's
won't.
probably them trying to move on, Carol,
I
isn't
know,
it?
but it's, you know, just be private about it. When mine came through, I didn't particularly want to be in the country because I didn't want to see the envelope come through the door, and I didn't want to open it and go, ugh.
Well, it sounded like you didn't want a divorce.
Well,
then.
you don't want a divorce.
No,
do
I
you,
did want a
Sharon?
divorce.
Well, it's not that I
You're
don't
actually
want
not
one. It's
divorced
just
yet.
that I've never... I mean, we were together for about 29 years, something like that, and we've just never done it. I mean,
How long have you been apart now?
apart of 6 years.
And you've not even...
No,
Why
you know,
haven't you then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I need to go to one of those fairs so I can get a sticker to say this person should be divorced. Because the thing is,
Does it make any difference to you at all?
not really, but
I think
I
it
always
does.
see divorce as a slight kind of, it's like bereavement, isn't it? It's like the death of something. It's the final end of something.
So
but the
what
only-
you're saying is you're not ready to
don't
make
want
it
it
the
to
I
end
don't
of
know, I
something.
must be, because that's ridiculous. The only thing is I don't like the forms when they say, right, you know, married. Now, what I do is explain. I say, no, the thing is I'm going to tick married, but I'm not really married. Well, I still am, but I haven't been. And I tell them the whole story. Like they're interested and they fall asleep and wake up and say, have you finished? So, I mean, maybe I should, but I think
What about
counselling...
Ken, though? Does he want a divorce or not?
I
Has
don't
it
know.
ever been mentioned?
I've never spoken to him since that day, so we've never mentioned, we don't talk about it. I think it's a difficult thing to talk about, actually, because if you've been married that long, to lose that missus is a strange thing now, to move
I don't
on
I
to
think that's
that.
why you're hanging on to it.
And also,
Why?
I don't think
'Cause
necessarily...
You want to be Mrs. whatever you
Well,
are.
I don't want to be, but